Good evening, everyone. Again, thank you so much and welcome to the Bern Redevelopment Commission. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your sacrifices and all that you do in the community. We appreciate you and we appreciate your time tonight. And so certainly we shall try to honor that time. Commissioner Walker, would you call the roll for us, please?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Lovett?
Here.
Commissioner Walker is here. Commissioner Tripp?
Here.
Commissioner Morgan? Commissioner Strickland?
Here.
Commissioner Parham? And Commissioner Wallace? Chair Lee?
Here.
Vice Chair Perigoy?
Running around in Europe.
Executive Director Bowman?
Here.
And ex officio members, Mr. Rick Krill,
Sure.
Ms. Barbara Best, and Ms. Hazel Royal.
Here. Thank you so much, Alderman. Thank you so much for coming this evening as well. Okay. Our guiding principles. It's okay. This is my first meeting back, and this is her first meeting with me, and so it's okay. All right, can we start?
Oh, with
See,
me?
I
Okay.
have put you there.
Number one is past, present, and future equal time.
Respect others' opinions.
Listen to build consensus.
Share accurate information and public perception.
Stay focused. Be action oriented.
Believe.
Thank you. Thank you. Those are our guiding principles that guide our meetings. So thank you so much. At this time, we will have public comment. So if you have public comment is limited to 4 minutes per speaker. Do we have any public comment tonight from anyone? Okay. If you go to the podium there, everybody knows you, but please give your name and everything for the record.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Gregory Holmes from First Missionary Baptist Church, and I'm here just to enlighten. We're putting together a fundraiser for Mr. Alfred Barfield. Many of you know him as Popeye. He served in the community. He was one of the directors of the Omega Center, and he's having some health issues, and he's in a wheelchair. We've got to do some things to his house for him to get in the bathroom. So we're putting together a fundraiser and a community day at the Omega Center on the 5th. All volunteers are welcome. We're in partnership with my nonprofit organization and my church. It'll be held on November 5th from 11 to 3 at the Omega Center. Some of the events will be a bouncy house, free haircuts for the kids, free books, free massages, bake sale, and food vendors, and free COVID and vaccine tests. So we just wanted to enlighten this committee to let them know what we're trying to do. We're submitting the application on Friday to close down the one strip in front of the Omega Center. So we're looking forward to having a good community day and the support from this community and the support from the neighborhood. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing the information with us. Thank you so much. Any other public comment?
Can I do it from right here?
Yes, sir.
Good evening. To our board members, our new executive director, Madam Chair, and other members of the board here. I'd like to take the time to formally thank you guys for the work that you guys have participated collectively and individually to the Health and Wellness Committee on the work that you guys did for the community in helping us with the clinic to go in the Greater Duffield community there. I do, myself and the community has expressed all the gratitude that you guys gave and the effort that you gave in doing the great work that you've done, and they said to let you know how they appreciated so thoroughly what you did for us. It's a lot of work that has been done and it is being done continually. So it's just my pleasure to say thank you guys collectively again and individually for what you've done and is doing. So I don't get to say that much to you guys. A lot of times we don't give our officials and our people thank you enough to say it to your face. So I just want to say thank you myself on behalf of me and the community. Thank you guys, and we really do appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. We got a way to go, but we're getting there. Thank you so much. Any other public comment tonight? Okay.
Good evening, my name is Bo Dorsey, I'm a member of the community. Last month, you guys had discussed excess trash in the community, flowing freely. I live in the community, so I see it every single day. One of the main problems that I see is people driving through, they'll throw their trash out the window. I don't know how you're going to fight that. It's people that are garbage people. That's what it is. One of the other things is that I see people leave their trash cans out all week long. When they get filled up, the wind comes by, blows trash everywhere. I'm not sure if there's a city ordinance or not on trash cans being out. Some cities there are, some cities there aren't. I haven't looked into it, but if there's not, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea if you're trying to fight the trash. Another thing that would maybe help is, I moved here from Jacksonville. Jacksonville, every single week they have recycling. New Bern, it's once a month. So I would love to recycle. I would love to put all my plastic bottles and cans in the recycling bin, my cardboard in there. However, 2 weeks in, it's full. So then I'm throwing all my recycling stuff in the trash can. So maybe an additional recycling day might help. Another thing I'm not sure if New Bern does or not, I've seen other cities do, is they'll have a summer or a spring and a fall trash day where they'll put, like, if you have furniture or large pieces of trash that you usually can't haul away, they'll say, hey, put your trash on this day, or like furniture or whatever, and the city will come by and pick it up. So I'm not sure if that's something that gets done in New Bern. I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen it in 2 years I've been living in city limits. I didn't see it in the 6 years I lived outside city limits. So those are some suggestions that might help clean up the area. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you again, because we know that y'all moved over there and you're doing some great things. But Mr. Williams, the assistant city manager, can talk to the people like that, and then the alderman is here as well. And so, and it's been brought up several times. So again, thank you. We certainly know something needs to be done. Yes, ma'am.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of the trash is people that do not live in the community, and that they're speeding through the community. And just from my observations, perhaps they are drinking and driving, because a lot of the trash that we notice is like aluminum cans and glass bottles.
Okay.
And I don't see, I mean, like, I'm not watching my street constantly, but like, I don't see anybody in my neighborhood doing something like that. So I feel like it's not my community that's doing it. I feel like people are like, well, I can go through here. Nobody's going to say anything to me. And they don't care, because they feel like, well, I think that some people use our neighborhood as like a trash dump. But I mean, I could be wrong. But
Yeah, a lot of the trash is alcohol bottles, alcohol cans, and fast food trash. We were talking about it last night as we were walking our dogs.
Okay. Okay.
thank you.
All right, no, thank you. Okay. Okay. To make a note for Commissioner Morgan as well. Okay. All right. Any other popular comments tonight? Listen.
How everybody doing? My name is John from Brown. And the problem that I want to address is, well, I've been away from home for a good while, almost 30 years. And when I came home, one of the first things on my agenda was to go see the grave site of my grandmother and my grandfather. And when I went to the graveyard, it looked horrible. I mean, like, you know, like the grass high, you know, I mean, like, it just looked terrible. Like somebody just went through there and vandalism everywhere. It was a Duffer Field, you know, the little graveyard Duffer Field. And I understand that things are tight, you know, and a lot of people, you know, don't want to go to work because it's COVID related and stuff like that. But when it comes to that right there, that's just like the only essence that I have of my grandfather, my grandmother that I can hold on to, because I just go there and just spend some time with them sometime, you know. And like if y'all have a problem, you know, getting workers down there, you know, I just want to know is it possible for me to go there on my own and take initiative and cut the grass at least around my grandmother and my grandfather's side, you know.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brown.
Okay.
We understand. Where is it located?
In Duffer Field.
Yeah, the streets near it, one of the streets.
Street?
F Street? You say F Street? Okay, F Street. F Street.
The one by the
Right, F Street.
Like you're going towards Sunnyside?
Yes, okay, we know where you are. All right. Okay. Any further public comment? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, item 3 on our agenda is the approval of minutes. You should have received those. Do you have any questions, comments? If not, additions or deletions? If not, we can get an approved minutes of September 14th meeting. Okay, motion's been made. Second.
Who's the motion?
Commissioner Shriver. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. Agenda item 4 is a presentation by Ms. Jacki London regarding her interest in purchasing 1307 Main Street. Ms. London?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Jacki London, and I live at 1305 Main Street. And I noticed that the property is available at 1307, and I am interested in purchasing that property. I would like to extend my property for purposes of parking and doing whatever I want to. So I would like to submit to you that I'm interested in purchasing 1307 property.
Okay, and you said that it is to extend your property. Okay, all right. Attorney.
Sure. So, Ms. London, thank you for your presentation. Madam Chair, members of the commission, before you tonight is a GIS map, and I think Mr. Shelley's going to zoom in so we can get some additional information about the lot that Ms. London is inquiring about. As you can see, and as your packet may reflect, this property that's in question is owned by the Redevelopment Commission of the City of New Bern, so this is your property. And as such, of the 2 policies that you all have adopted previously about the acquisition or sale of properties in the redevelopment area, we're going to look at the policy for Redevelopment Commission owned properties. So at this stage, Ms. London is making a presentation so that you all have an opportunity to ask her about her intended uses, to determine whether what she is proposing is consistent with the redevelopment plan. After this meeting, the housing work group will analyze the presentation that Ms. London has made tonight, and we'll come back to you in November with a recommendation as to whether this property should be put up for sale. Now, that sale could be outright with some restricted covenants, or you could vote to initiate the upset bid process, which means Ms. London or whomever could place a bid with the city clerk. An ad would run in the newspaper for 10 days, and anybody in the community would have an opportunity to upset that initial bid the final highest bidder would win, and that person would be the recipient of this property. So tonight, Ms. London is here to answer any questions that you might have, to determine whether, one, her intended use is consistent with the redevelopment plan that you adopted back in 2019 or 2020, and two, to determine if there are any restrictive covenants that might be helpful in accomplishing the goals of your redevelopment plan. But it's not necessarily for you to take any action tonight. This is an opportunity for you all to gather as much information as you would need to make an informed decision moving forward.
Okay. Commissioner Lovett, do you have any questions for Ms. London? Commissioner Tripp?
Just a question is, are you planning to expand your home or just use it for extending the park?
I'm thinking, contemplating on extending my home. That's not been finalized, but that would be one of the things that I would like to do with that property.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Walker?
That was basically my question. You took it. You live at 1305, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Commissioner Spearman?
Just one kind of, we'll build off the attorney's comments to start with. Can you remind us what our standard language that we use for the restrictive covenants that we put on these lots in the past that we've encouraged going forward with regards to the vehicles and such?
So some of the covenants that we propose, now I don't have that language pulled up right in front of me, but in the past, you have indicated no disabled vehicles, that permanent structures cannot be erected on the property. Those are some of the suggestions that have come out in the past. You have not yet conveyed a property with those restrictive covenants, but those have been some of the restrictions that have been contemplated.
Okay. All right. Ms. London, would you be amenable to such? Obviously, we'd have to put the caveats in there for the potential for you to expand your property, but for not using it for storage of inoperable vehicles or anything along those lines, would that be?
No, that would not be the reason for my purchase.
Okay. But you'd be agreeable with us having
I would be agreeable.
covenants that we're going to. Okay.
Okay. All right. No further questions? All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, agenda item 5 is our report from our new executive director. Next month she will not be new anymore. She'll just be Ms. Vogt. I think she's got her feet wet enough. She's not going to be new. But anyway, she's going to give her. She's been here a month, and so she's going to give us an update as to what she's been doing and where we go from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad I had the opportunity to be here and I accept the challenge. So just to give you an idea of what I've been doing within the last 30 days, I started off with the first 3 weeks and I had at least 2 meetings with either community partner or alderman every day. So within the second week, I realized I was moving a little bit too fast. So I tried to spread it out to at least one person a day. And believe it or not, this position is really exciting to people in the community. I've received a lot of calls, a lot of feedback, and even more so within the last couple of weeks. So my goal was to just listen, to find out what people thought my position was and how they felt about the Redevelopment Commission and what they wanted to see. So I'm in the process of creating a priority list. I thought I was going to be able to get it out to you prior to this meeting, but definitely before the end of the week, I will get that priority list out to you. And that priority list is the list of those that I heard you guys say that this is where we stand. And also from reading the redevelopment plan, and not only just the redevelopment plan, watching minutes and also looking back at the Choices neighborhood plans. There is a lot of feedback that I'm getting now about the sale of our properties. So I went back and actually was able to pull some data that we had from 2020. But also that will be on hold because we need to find out collectively where we stand about our housing plan and what the community looks like. I had an opportunity to work MomFest, and surprisingly, I had a real busy table. And a lot of people knew a lot about the program, so much so I had to pull Matt over. I had to pull Alice, our GIS specialist, over to help answer some of those questions. So it was, yes, it was very informative for me as well. We had 7 people to sign up, and they said they either would like to receive monthly information, and I've had 3 of the 7 that actually said I need to know how I could help. So I send that, I'm gonna send that information out, and I reached out to everybody, thanked them, shared our website, and also shared when our meetings will be held. I want to give you an update on the Gaston Eubanks house. On the 19th, the house will be set. I will know on Monday whether I could confirm it with the brick masons and also with the elite movers for that house to be set. Monday on the 19th. Monday on the 19th, I will be able to confirm that Monday will be the day. Commissioner Walker is going to give some more feedback and updates on the house regarding the bids that we received. I went on a tour. I went on several tours of not only the redevelopment zone but the surrounding areas. So I would like to offer to you. Actually, the tour was done by Sharon Bryant. She works at the Tryon Palace, and she is interested in providing us with a tour. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, of course, you know, we are under the Sunshine Law. So if it's more than 5 commissioners, we have to open it to the public to also tour with us. So she was thinking about 2 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. On a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And so she will be, I will send that information out so you guys could give me a potential date. Also, we have to reschedule our strategic plan meeting, and it looks like Wednesday, November the 30th. Wednesday, November the 30th, from 2:30 to 5:30. And I don't know if that's a good time, and I'm going to send that option out to you as well. But right now, that is the only date that the facilitator has available right now. And tiny houses. So there is a tiny house being built now. It's built as a, what would I say? It's not going to stay there. So if you guys want to see what that looks like, we are having a meeting next week to discuss more because there has been a lot of inquiries about building tiny houses within our zone. So that's just about it. It's more, but I will send it to you in an email. And if anybody has any questions, I have my business cards. I got them today. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to come in the office and talk, to me and ask questions or even give me some direction. I welcome that. And I'm glad to be here, glad to be able to be of service to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next time y'all can ask her all the questions that you like.
You saw him said you're stewing, didn't you?
I was surprised that you didn't come up with one.
You come up quick.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. She said to hit the ground running. Thank you. Agenda item 6 is reports from our working group, and we're going to go to Commissioner Walker to talk more about the house on two base.
All right, that is exciting news. Thank you. Because of course, we have been meeting the housing working group has been meeting, and they didn't even know this last time we met, but we held a bid opening again, the 4th bid opening, the 4th advertisement for this project on October 6th at 11 o'clock right here in this room, and we had one bidder give us an offer, give us a bid, a proposal. And because we have advertised it more than twice, we can accept just one bid. The problem is, it is a little high for our budget, so there's some options that Ms. Bowman and I were just discussing before the meeting started. But the contractor that presented us a bid it's a very long name. It's called the Third Property Development and Estate Investment Group. And their base bid for this work, all inclusive for the interior, the exterior, and the building systems is $207,500. And I believe our budget is around about 185, but that includes some of that house moving setting that Ms. Bowman was just discussing. So the couple of options that we have is either looking for more money in the budget or going back to the contractor, which is what I would recommend, and asking where there may be some things that he may be able to negotiate with us on. I know that he had mentioned to me he had a concern when he placed his bids. One of his questions during the bid process was, haven't been able to go into the house because it is boarded up. There may be some unforeseen conditions. And he said anytime you're doing a renovation, you're pretty much building a whole new house, because we are asking him to take all the interior drywall out of the walls, add insulation, and then put new drywall in.
That means change orders, that's what that means.
So I'm like, exactly. So I think his price is high for that reason. So maybe if we could arrange, once the house has been set, we could go over there and look in there. He may be able to pull back some of his cost on some unknowns, where he admittedly said, I gave it the price of if I had to build it from, out of the ground from scratch. I don't know how much could be saved. So that is one option. And then I believe, I don't know where the money options are, but they may be looking at a general fund for some additional money.
Okay. And what was the name of the bidder again, the long name?
We call him the Third.
Okay.
Because and the contractor is named Ed Munford, but the name of his business is the Third Property Development and Estate Investment Group.
Okay. Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, if we could ask, we don't need to take any action on it. So tonight, the working group probably is going to have to meet again to discuss that difference. But you can continue to work with Ms. Bowman, and then also probably going to need Public Works to take the boards off once is.
Or at least just the door. I mean, we can go in get into the property, but we can't really go into it unless it's set on the foundation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So we need to put that on the housing working agenda. And I know that it's been a long time. The community has expressed concern, and we are concerned that we're moving along. It's almost there. At least for being set.
It is, and it is a long process. I mean, just the very fact that it is a grant opportunity, which is a great thing that we have grant money for it. I would like everybody to know, when I opened the bids, I was required to verify that 6 different documents were attached to the bid, and this particular contractor had all 6 documents, which was a huge relief. Because then we would have had to re-advertise. So it's not an easy bid for somebody to give us, and we have, I believe, done our due diligence we've been advertising this since July, and we have had no responses. So I was very excited. Mr. Munford actually came into our office and hired us to do a different project renovation that he's doing on George Street. So that's how we got to know him, and I handed him the bid package and said, would you consider bidding this? It's gonna go out for bid again in August, so.
All right, great,
Mhm.
great. At least we have some movement there. That is good, that's good. Okay, our neighborhood commissioner, Morgan is not here tonight, and I know he's planning a cleanup, and he will have some dates and things with, for us when he returns. Health and Wellness is Commissioner, Wallace, and he's working diligently. We are doing, I know we're looking at memorandums of agreements and talking to some of our partners there in the redevelopment boundaries, and so it's moving forward as well.
Can I add an interesting thing to that as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the Wellness Center, I have procured or asked Kevin Avalos with Avalos Engineering in town if he would do a site plan for us, an official one, so that, and lay it out so we understand the parking requirements and make it official, and he has agreed to do that on his time at no charge for our commission. So I just want to let you know that. He's working on that right now.
Good, good. And then help us make some other decisions as well.
Absolutely.
As well. Commissioner Strickland, you have anything else for?
We're kind of building forward off that, the Health and Wellness Center. I think we've moving forward with the zoning needs on that front. I believe I've seen the applications in detail come across on that front. So there is headway happening behind the scenes on that front, slowly but surely.
Yes.
And also following up on the presentation we had earlier for request for property, as a part of the housing working group meeting, we did discuss last month's presentation with regards to 513 and 515 First Avenue and 512 Second Avenue. At this point, visiting all of the details of those properties, the central location as well as the proximity to potential commercial opportunities. The housing working group at this point has decided to decline a recommendation to move forward into the upset bid process due to the potential future value of the property for the redevelopment commission.
Okay.
And to that, I don't want to step on your toes, but I feel like we also have some other properties that would very well suit that person's needs with developing housing that we would be willing to talk to him about and putting into the upset bid process or conveying to him to build on.
Okay.
It's not that we don't want him to build, it's just not those three properties.
Okay.
Yes, Ms. Lemon, if you can facilitate it, reaching back out to him possibly with that.
I think I sent you this information, right? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Moving along. Okay. All right. We need to go into closed session.
Yes, Madam Chair, pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 1185, we need a closed session to discuss the acquisition of real property.
Get a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. We will be going into closed session.
For the out of closed session portion.
All right, we gotta go back. Right.
No, we're out of closed session.
You don't have to record it.
Not coming out.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Is there anything else for the good of the order? Actually, say we're gonna look at November the 30th to see. I know given Tuesday, 29th, I couldn't do it then. But we're gonna, she's gonna send that out and see if we can do it on the 30th. The strategic planning agenda. If not, then we have another plan to go forward from there. But we need to get this done. We need to get it done. Okay. Okay. Anything else, Commissioner Lovett? Okay.
No?
Yeah.
Can I ask one real quick question? This is for my own edification. I heard mentioned this evening about the Health and Wellness Center. Is that the same as the McCotter House property?
Yes.
And has a decision been made to on the McCotter structure itself as to what's going to be done with that versus building a new Health Wellness Center?
there's a lot of discussion still going on. And some of that we're gonna know for sure when Mr. Apple is finished. But it's an ongoing
Okay,
conversation.
so no final decision has been made yet?
No,
Okay, that was
just other than
really my
partners
question.
and programming.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, all right. All the way. Okay, all right. Motion to adjourn? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a good night again. Thank you so much.